Hi everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For today, I am back with another book review on James J. Frey's Kimo's War. Now, let me begin by saying that I love book, the actual book cover because I like how there is a boot right there because I like how, well, I mean, I really don't necessarily like how people say, whenever they refer to our men and women who serve in the military, I really don't like how they refer to them as boots on the ground because to me that's not, they're replacing the word they are replacing the word people with with only the word of boots, and to me they're probably thinking, well, we are just risking boots or inanimate objects. Well, I'm pretty sure that they are not thinking that way, but how it sounds, it's just not, to me, I just don't like that. But I like how it's on this book because it just sort of reminds people that somebody is wearing that boot, and that boot can't move by itself. It has to take a human life to move that boot. And of course, whenever somebody serves in the military, they have to wear those boots. So I like how it's on there. But the actual but the actual but the actual story centers around Lieutenant Lieutenant Kimo Kaz I'm sorry, Lieutenant Kimo Kitazanano, along with his alter ego Lapu, and together, along with their fellow soldiers, they are serving a couple of tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. And not only do they have to do what they can to survive, the actual wars on the battlefield, but they also have to do what they can to survive what they come home to, and of course while they're serving, and when they come home, they are going through probably what every single serviceman and woman go through, and that is PTSD, and of course many other things, because as we all know, and I'm sure that even the chicken hawks know, that war is no walk in the actual park. But I like how James J. Frey, unlike many other authors who write about war, he really digs he really digs deep into the psyche of the main character, Lieutenant Kimo, and I like how, and for me, he accomplishes that through many things. But my favorite is how he makes the alter ego Lapu almost like a real person, because when somebody has an alter ego, in this case, it really does seem like a real person. But of course, that's just one of the effects of the PTSD, and it's something that we all have to take attention to, to the people who serve in the military. But now I'm not just praising this book because the author served in the military. I'm praising it because I liked the actual story, and I really like the structure. I really like how he wrote it because there's a lot of action, and there's a lot of real time drama, but I also like how he mixes it with a lot of humor, and and it actually, whenever I encountered the humorous parts, it reminded me of war novel that inspired the classic film Full Metal Jacket, which was actually now the war novel that I'm actually talking about is called the Shore Timers, because that war novel as well had a lot of humor into it, but it also, like Full Metal Jacket, and this one, Kimo's War, it had humor mixed in with a lot of action and suspense and a real-time drama. Now, I have read a couple of reviews on Amazon that before I read this book, and it was true from me reading it that there were a couple of spelling errors. Now, from what I saw on the Amazon reviews, that some people said that actually that 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 actually bothered them a little bit, but of course a lot of the reviews have said, but I looked past that, and I hope everyone else does whenever they read a book like this. And once again, not because the author served in the military, but because behind the very few spelling errors, there is a there is a masterfully written story, and it's something that we as Americans should be aware about, because this is what a real soldier goes through. This is basically this uh, th- this story is their POV. And I would like to leave off the review by saying one more thing. Whenever you see a Marine anywhere, like walking down the street, or if you're grocery shopping and if you see one, please do not thank them for their service because you think it's the right thing to actually do. Thank them because you really mean it. If it's not coming from the heart, I mean, I would say to thank them anyway, but before you actually thank them, find it in your heart that you really believe in them, because unfortunately there are some people in this country that say, "Oh, we don't need our soldiers." No, no, we do. But I will say this: not to be the world's policeman, but to protect our rights as Americans. And I hope that one day our own U.S. government will figure out a system to care for our veterans a lot better. So I'll leave off with that, and I hope I hope that you get this book on Amazon or anywhere else, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the iBookstore.